Hey guys, it's Sean with the Mini School. We'll do an update on the Dow. The Dow, the ES, they're all pretty much the same. The Nasdaq is stronger than all of them, and we'll look at that in a few. But let's look at the levels we've been looking at from this low to this high, 35% pullback. Okay, overlap the whole wave. Here's 35%. So that's the symmetry support of the market. So we had weekly blue bars here. We had a little bit of a move after the blue bars. It's all still the same wave, saying that this low could be meaningful. Okay, now when we go to a daily chart, on a daily chart we had blue bars at this low as well. Okay, so that's that weekly chart coming down into these blue bar lows. Okay, that was the low at that 6,400. Okay, so at this point, okay, number one, we want to look at what did the price or the pattern look like at this first 35% pullback. Okay, and you can see that it's basically a head and shoulders here. So where the market is right now, we're basically the same as like this high right here. Okay, so let's look at where we're at now. Here's that head. Okay, here's the shoulder, and we're up here right now. So you can see how we pulled down on a daily chart and this weekly level held. We broke through it intraday, but it's actually a weekly support. So we would need a weekly candle closing below to say it's truly broken, and so it's not. Okay, so at this point, this low, okay, could break these highs. Okay, and we did a video as the market was falling into this level saying we had the market could go up to around 17,000. Seems impossible as it's falling, but it's always the result off of it falling. So the result is the weekly symmetry support held. So we would have to call it support. Okay, we played it multiple times with puts down to here, and they were all winners except for the trade right here, playing it down to here. So from this low on a daily chart, you can see it straight up. That means the weekly chart is kicking in from the weekly level. Okay, so it would make sense to have it kick in from there. Okay, so at this point, there's going to be obvious resistance, okay, which is just the retracement of this wave. Okay, you can see we're almost there. Now, there's also the minor wave right here, which we've already achieved that 618. Now, to get the hidden level, just like this hidden level, we have to look at the symmetry of this correction. Okay, so to look at that, let's just go to a 135 minute and just look at the structure of this whole correction. From the first low, the inverse is 1.27 right here. That says going forward, 1.270 should have value. Okay, so at this point, if we extend this entire wave down right here, okay, 1.270 is here. Now, there's a lot of minor waves inside of this, okay, just like this wave right here, 1.270. Okay, this wave right here, 1.270 for this low. Okay, and as you keep going, they're all basically 1.270. Notice how on this wave, 1.618, 1.270 give you a cluster right here. Okay, so that says 1.270 has value. From this low, okay, inverting that leg, 1.270 is here. You can see that there was value here. We had a triple top right here. We tried to come off of that level multiple times. Okay, and we broke through it, so that's showing strength. So that says the symmetry resistance is changing. It's breaking through it. Okay, so at this point, we would come back to this high. Okay, here's a valuable level right here, where we're basically at right now. Now, if this level breaks, then it's the true major level is going to be this 1290 level. Okay, that's inverting the entire leg. Okay, to get the target here. Okay, just like inverting this leg gets the target here. Okay, so at this point, and the hidden levels are really answering the question why does the market turn not at a fib level sometimes, meaning the obvious level? So let's say we retrace this leg, and you can see we're a little bit higher than the 618. And so let's say it comes up to right there, and then it terminates down to here. Okay, some traders might say, well, see, that's why fibs have no value. In reality, it's just a zone. But you can pinpoint this turning point because sometimes it's either going to turn on the obvious level or the hidden level. And there's value at that 1.270 because this whole thing had 1.270 value. Okay, so it can give you an alternative level that's actually the true resistance of the market. Just like this 35% on a weekly is true support. Okay, so at this point, this level could get us off to a new high, up to 17,000. Okay, so, just like prior here, it seemed impossible to go up to here. And this pattern right here looks very similar at support to where we are now. Okay, so what I'm looking for is this wave to complete a pullback, and this right here you could enter on a 60-minute chart in the weekly and monthly direction. So that says like your stop would basically be right here, going for potentially 5,000 points to a new high. Okay, so right here where we're at, we're basically getting to the end of this wave. So any long trade, like we were talking about this in our members area, like Apple from last night. Okay, Apple has support here on multiple levels, a 618 and a 50%. So a long here looks good, okay, but if we look at what happened today, it basically gaps up and it goes. So either you got in here and you made, some money, or you missed it, okay, which that happened pretty quick, especially for a Monday. So at this point, just like what we were talking about on the Dow, a pullback on Apple into this zone, okay, could get it back to 415 this week. Okay, that would be a good weekly option trade. So at this point, Apple, it can make, since from this high we only came down one leg, it can pull up into here and actually pull down to make another leg down here. Okay, but this leg up should come up into this prior support right here. So that could be a good trade. Overall, the Qs as well, these are much stronger than the Dow. Basically, breaking this high right here is significant. The problem is we have a lower low here. Okay, so let's say to go long here, your stop would have to be below this low. That's a big stop. Okay, so I'm really looking for a pullback down into this zone to get long, which might not occur on the Qs and the NASDAQ because it's so strong. So I would probably pick stocks that maybe aren't in this and wait for a pullback. But I guess the end result of the video is up in this zone is resistance. Once we make the high and we make a pullback, once we take out that high, it could be an explosive move to the upside. I'm not saying it might not be a good short from here to here, but the bigger move is still up until we break this symmetry support. Okay, if we break the symmetry support like this and then pull up, that would be a really good short. But since we're above symmetry support, the pullbacks are longs. Okay, just like if we broke, the pull-ups are shorts. So just something to think about. Also, Goldman on a weekly has corrected into pattern support here. Okay, right at the level, doji, and we bull engulfed it. So this low should be substantial on Goldman. And Goldman, just like on Apple, a pullback into like the 94, 95 level would be a good long stop below the lows, looking for 140. Okay, if not higher. It all depends on how this pullback looks. And that's the same on the Dow as well. But I would say up in this level, we are getting very close to topping out to at least correct maybe down into the 11,000s. Okay, see you guys in the next update.